Good evening, everybody. We are live. Welcome to KS1 TV. This is the Transfer Exchange Show. I'm not Kieron, as you probably already noticed. I thought I'd just put that in just in case, just to make it clear from the beginning. I'm Steve. And tonight you're going to be watching our Premier League prediction show. We're 5 days away from the start of the Premiership season. We'll be kicking off with the newcomers Brentford hosting Arsenal. We'll be all over that game on Friday. Pre-match, post-match shows on that. But we're kicking off with this tonight. We'll be getting our crystal ball out and telling you what our predictions are and what we feel will happen. With me tonight, we've got, as always, Nathan. How you doing, Nathan?
Great, thanks. Just great to see the football's back, and Man United got off to a good start in the last game against Everton. So yeah, quite happy.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And a special guest. He will be joining us as a special guest on the Arsenal shows that will be starting this coming weekend. And that's Raj. Thanks for joining us, Raj.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. I'm doing well, and thank you for having me on your show this evening.
You're more than welcome, mate. You're more than welcome. It's good to have you on. So look, let's kick off with this, and why not start at the top? Let's start at the top. Can City regain their title? Will Chelsea add to last season's Champions League win, or what about Liverpool? Poor seasons by their standard, and could be time to readdress the matter. But or someone else. Could we have a Leicester again? Could someone come out of nowhere? We'll start with you, Nathan. Who's your shout for winning the title this year, and tell us why.
Okay, so obviously with all of the teams that have gone up, that have strengthened this year, you're looking at Man City being probably the favourites still. They've gone they've gone and went and bought Grealish, one of the players that I wanted to bring into United. So the fact that they've got him in, and with the chance of bringing Harry Kane as well, if that happens, it looks like City are going to be nailed on to win it again. That's just ridiculous. They won the league last year without a striker, without a recognised striker for the whole time up front. So imagine having a Harry Kane who brings 30 plus goals in a season, and then Grealish who brings that many assists and goals as well, along with what they already got. It's just ridiculous. So that is going to be the title winners for me, I believe. I think United are just, players short, and plus they need time to gel. You've got Liverpool there, who I think if Van Dijk gets back to any sort of levels, I think it's going to take time for him. It's going to be an interesting season, though. Reason why? Because you saw City yesterday not playing the best football because their players have been away. Same thing happened last year. They came back. They were a bit of a mess at the beginning, and then they picked things up. United, they look a bit less of a mess, but it means our players that we brought in that are going to make us any better, they're going to need time to bed in as well. So we all, Man U, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea look like probably the best equipped to have a good start of the season, because if they bring in Lukaku, well, I guess a lot of their players were also in the Euros as well, but it looks like we've all got some kind of thing there where you've got to kind of give them a blind for the first few games, and then we'll see. So how the first start of the season starts will determine whether it's a tight one or if it's an easy run away from Man City.
Yeah, I mean, it could be all how the new signings will settle in, how Manchester United's new signings will settle in, how Manchester City's new signings settle in. It could come down to something as simple as that. Raj, what do you think? City retaining the title or someone else taking it off of them?
I'm going to go with Liverpool to win it this season. And that's my prediction. I'm going to say that because I feel if Verge can get to a certain level, it'll take him time to come back. But I think if he does get back to that form that he shows, and with Kanate alongside him, I think them two could make a great partnership.
Yeah.
And if the front three can get firing, as we know on their day, they're amazing. But obviously, replacing Gini Wijnaldum might be a bit hard for him. But with Fabinho, Thiago, and Jordan Henderson in there, I still think Liverpool are going to be Man City's closest challengers. But I'm going to go with my prediction. The fact is, I'm going to say Liverpool are going to win it this season. I just think the pressure might get to City with all these players that they've got coming in. And the amount of changes that he's doing to the team a bit with obviously Grealish. And if Grealish isn't playing every week, he might get frustrated because he isn't used to being rotated. And that's something that he's going to have to live with. Because obviously at Villa he's playing every week. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with Liverpool.
It's a fantastic point. You think Salah can continue with what he's been doing over the last few seasons?
Well, if you look at Salah's record for the last 3-4 years, he's always been consistent. Obviously, there's one season where he scored 40-odd goals where he was firing. And he's always knocking in goals. Was he like the second top scorer last season after Harry Kane, if I'm right, from stats? So I think, Salah will always score goals. Whether he's not firing, he'll always score goals because he's always in the right time at the right place. But we need to see Mane's form and confidence get back to what it was during the 1920 season. And if he can rediscover that, then when you look at it, Liverpool's front three on the day are probably the best front three in the league for me.
Yeah.
And Bobby Firmino, obviously, as well. He needs to get to that level as well.
Yeah, definitely. The links to Jeremy Doku as well this week coming in could be a good acquisition for Liverpool. It's a good shout. Liverpool are going to be strong, especially defensively.
And also, Steve, can I just say with Liverpool, when they're first 11 on their day, they're as good as anyone. Their first 11 is unbelievable, and if they can keep them 11 fit, then why not? They can definitely win it again, and we know what they can do. So, and obviously with Trent as well, you know what I mean. So he's back as well now. So you know, and if Robbo can get firing, Alisson's just signed a new deal, so his confidence should be booming. So let's see what happens. But I'm going with Liverpool. Yeah.
Okay, mate. Okay. Well, look, Nathan's gone for City regaining. Raj, you've gone for Liverpool. Coming back from a fairly disappointing season from last year. I'm going for Manchester United.
Okay.
Now,
I like that.
how I've gone for that, I just think that this is going to be their season. I think David Gea is going to be back to his world-class best. I think with Varane coming in and Maguire at the centre halves, that's going to be strong. And with Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, I think it's one of the strongest defences out there. And I think that's been their problem probably in past. They've always scored goals. So that hasn't really been a problem. And that's even going to be even less of a problem now with the acquisition of Jadon Sancho coming in. Paul Pogba, I think, is going to stay. And they're just going to be so dangerous. And like I said before, with how the new players will come in and how they will settle in. I think you mentioned Raj, Grealish, Kane. If these players do come in, I think they'll have more time to settle in. I think it'll take them longer than it would Varane and Sancho. I think Sancho is one of these players who's just no fear, don't care. So I think he'll settle in straight away. And he's played in the Premiership before anyway, so that'll be a good signing for them. And Rafa Varane, been there, done it, got the T-shirt, and I don't think nothing will faze him. And for me, I think Manchester United will win the league. Will win the league this year. So it's we've all gone for a different one there.
Okay.
Yeah, well, all ifs and buts as well, though. It's a good point you both have made there because I do think United have done really well, and there's obviously word that we could be getting Camavinga still. So if we did get someone like that in, I think we'd definitely be ready. And the fact that Van der Beek, the way he played yesterday, I know it's just a preseason game, but that's exactly what United need. He's like the replacement for Herrera. Herrera was that cog in that team that kept things moving very quickly, and he did that yesterday. And I was like, this is what he's always should have been there for in the first place, and that's what we missed last season.
Exactly, yeah.
Even with Matic, Van der Beek would pop, give it here, get it back, give it here, get it back. And it just moves everybody around and opens up things. And that's exactly what we need. So that's true. I was watching Sancho yesterday and a little bit of his highlights and everything, and seeing where he came from when he first joined Dortmund to how he is now. And man, it's going to be exciting because this guy picks it up and just takes players out the game with so much speed. It's going to open up things for Bruno, for Greenwood, for everyone. So I can see what you're saying. I can also see what Reggie's saying.
It's fearless. He just thinks fearless. Fearless.
Yeah.
He just drives.
All of your predictions, I can't say, nah, you're not making sense. They're all valid predictions. So I love it. I love it, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic title race. I mean, as you say, each one there, we can't argue against any of them. I mean, and we didn't mention Chelsea, the Champions League winners, who you know, a lot of people they're going to be their choice to go and win the title next year.
Yeah. And Lukaku
coming in, Raj. What do you think?
Yeah.
Goal scorer, the record don't lie. But you know, one thing what I think with Lukaku, he'll miss too many chances as well. That's what might let him down.
Them
It
chances
depends on the style, but he will get you 20 odd. Yeah. Them little fine margins make a difference in terms of winning the title. But like you said, let's see. I'm not going to be harsh on him because he had a great season at Inter Milan. Yeah. So he is a good striker, and his record in the Euros was decent as well. So I think Chelsea did need a number 9, and now they finally got one. And we'll see Timo Werner out from the left, I'd imagine now more next season. So they'll be there or thereabouts, definitely. Yeah,
well, he's certainly going to be getting the service, isn't he? With that Chelsea midfield and those players on the flanks there. You know, he's going to be loving playing at Chelsea. Right.
I just want to quick mention about the Liverpool thing here. The reason why I didn't put Liverpool winning it is because they've lost one player, that's Ronaldo, as well in the middle. And you always get some injury somewhere. And like I said, I can't see Van Dijk coming in straight away and playing every game from straight away. So I can see him taking some time to get back. And that's where they're going to lose them valuable points. Same with Chelsea. I think they're just not going to have enough with that, what you just said there, Raj, with the Lukaku thing. So that's where I've got Man City, even if they're struggling with Grealish.
They've got 2 in each position. They've got 2 in each position.
They've got so many in each position. Anyone gets injured, they're going to be firing. And Grealish is going to make his way in.
A bit like when Mourinho won back-to-back titles in 05, in all 4 days, but he had 2 in each position. And that is very pivotal to have, because if you've got that, you will go a long, long way.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. But look, we go on, and maybe an even more exciting area to focus on this season will be the fight for European places. There could be up to 12 clubs fighting for the Champions League or Europa League places. I mean, who knows? There's always a surprise, and you know there may be more. What we're going to do? We're going to start with the Champions League places. Nathan? Who are your 3 teams to join? Well, in your case, Manchester City in the Champions League.
I've got United coming second next season. A close one. United coming second after City, like I said. So that's United in that first Champions League other spot. And then I've got Chelsea coming in. And then I've got Liverpool coming in 4th. Just because, like I said, everything I've mentioned, the reason why they'll drop points while they're getting their stuff together. And I think that's how it will end up finishing. With Man City, Man United, Chelsea, then Liverpool, then you've got Leicester. So that's the 5 positions for me.
Do you see do you see anybody else breaking into that Champions League, or do you see that for given?
To be honest, I do like the way Everton have recruited this year. Damari Gray, he's a player. He's looking good as well. He looked good against us, and he caused a lot of danger. And I was thinking, imagine they had Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison in that side that wasn't there. They weren't even there. Imagine they had them and then Damari on there as well. So they look pretty dangerous. So I'm expecting them to be top half, a lot higher than last season. And then you've got the Leeds, of course, who did really, really well. I'd like to see who they've recruited and what they're all about. Because, you know, he's probably going to bring through players that you'd probably not heard of too much. And then they're probably going to go and improve them as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with... They're the quiet ones for me. So them other two, they're the other two for me.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of time in the window. So, you know, a signing of one or two players to, for instance, to someone like Leicester or Everton or Leeds, you know, could you know, we could change their mind. But, you know, with a week of the season to go, we can only go by what they've got at the moment. Raj, Liverpool, you had to win the title. Nathan's put Liverpool fourth, so you can have a chat about that after. So who's your three to join Liverpool, and in what order, mate?
In second, Manchester City, like you say, that's my prediction. Third, Manchester United, and I think Chelsea will finish fourth. And the reason why is they're miles ahead of all the other clubs who are trying to trace them in terms of ability, recruitment wise, and obviously the way they've spent so far. Still a big gap between the top four and the team that sixth, and that's my reasons to that.
No, you can't see anybody forcing their way in, Raj?
Oh no, I can't even see Spurs or Arsenal forcing their way in, because, like I said, they're miles behind. And even if Arsenal do get like Maddison and blah 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 coming in, I still think that their defense is still needed. They need another defender in there to help Ben White, like another backup. I don't know about Holding and Gabriel. Holding's been great, but I think with Gabriel, he's always got a mistake in him as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about us.
No, needs to. I just think, there's just a bit of a big gap, Steve, and like I just can't see anything beyond that. I don't know how it'll, but that's my prediction anyway.
No, you're not far out. I mean, my prediction is again, it's all going to be pretty similar. Just it looks like the teams will be put in different positions. I mean, in second place, I would put Manchester City. I just dropped them short of winning the title. As I've already said, I think they'd take a little bit more time for their new signings to settle in, and I still think they might be a little bit short. I still feel they need a left back. But we'll see. So I've gone for City in second. In third place, I've gone for Chelsea. They're me little bit of an outside bet for the title. I mean, I know I've put them in third, but if they do a little bit more, they bring in Lukaku. If they can bring in another defender, because I do think they're a little bit short, as you know, when you look at the others as far as defenders goes wise. They've got Reece James on the right with, like, you know, Thiago Silva, great player. Obviously not with the legs anymore. Aston again the same, you know, sort of coming to the end of his career. And Ben Chilwell, I don't class him as good as a left back as as Robinson or as Shaw or possibly who's the other one, and as Robinson. So my bet would be Chelsea would go for third, and I would put Liverpool for fourth, because look, they're quiet at the moment. They're very quiet. Liverpool are very quiet in a minute. They're not.
Active.
I mean, if 2 days' time, you know, they buy a midfield player, which I think they need, and possibly even a forward. I think they may even need a forward, because, you know,
Jota.
They've got Jota. Yeah, they've got Jota. If he comes in, and, you know, he could, you know, take over from, you know, maybe Barney or someone. But on a whole, from the other teams, I would pick Liverpool, and so I would pick those. So we've all pretty much picked the same. But
crazy though, crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, you talk about crazy though. This is even crazier when you look at the Europa League places. I mean, it used to be like a few years ago. It just used to be, you know, it used to be Manchester United. It used to be Arsenal. It used to be, you know, Chelsea or Tottenham or Liverpool. It used to be the top four, and that was it. It's not that way anymore. As I said before, like beginning of the show, you know, you can pick out 12 players and put 12 teams and put them in and out. and could pull them out. But look, Europa League places. We got most of the time it's the 5th place, the 6th place, and the 7th place that get those spaces. Nathan, who's out of those types of teams that are sort of challenging underneath those Champions League places? Which ones of those will get into the Europa League?
It's top 4, isn't it? Champions League.
Yeah.
Right. So 5th spot I've got. So what is it? Europa. Europa is 5th to.
Well, it can be 7th. West Ham's got in there this year. No, Tottenham was 7th, weren't they? They finished 7th and they got in. It's like the Conference Europa Conference League.
Conference
now they
League.
call it. Yeah. So it's basically another 3 teams that
right. So I've got Leicester. I've got Leicester in at 5th spot. I've got. You know what? This year I think Everton are going to be 6th. And I've got West Ham coming 7th, and I've obviously got Leeds coming 8th. But that's my thing there.
What's going on, Raj? Has he forgot someone or what?
He's forgotten the mighty Reds from North London.
Oh! I've got Arsenal coming in 9th.
9th.
Oh, 9th.
At the moment,
they are.
What position did you finish last season?
9th.
Okay.
Was it 9th? 9th.
Last season was forgotten 2 days after the season ended.
Okay. Who have you brought in this year?
Arsenal have brought in Lokonga. They've brought in Ben White at the back.
And Nuno Tavares and
Tavares. Basically, not a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen these other players. I know about Ben White a little bit. So I know you'll probably be slightly better in defence. But I do think Leeds have got a very good side. Everton have improved a lot. Leicester, who they are. West Ham are looking... If they continue like they did last year, I can't see Arsenal overtaking them. I think they'll be in a fight with them. You never know if they can, but I've just got them coming in 9th just because you're looking at maybe getting rid of Lacazette as well. It's a mad one. You're going to not have enough if you do get rid of him as well. You need to replace him with someone really good. And I just think Arsenal might come 8th or 9th, one of those positions. Again, they haven't really kicked right on to really push into that Europa spot or Champions League for sure.
One team one team you haven't mentioned, and we might as well talk about them now, is Aston Villa.
I've got them as well.
Do you want to speak about Aston Villa?
Do you see
them?
I've
written about 11th, but you can speak, Raj. I've got them in at 11th spot.
Okay, let's go to you, Raj. This year you're free, and then we'll talk about the clubs that haven't made it after. Where you go, mate?
So in 5th place, we'll go with Leicester City, based on the fact that they've always been there or thereabouts. And obviously, they've got Patson Daka now, who will give another dimension to them in terms of with Jamie Vardy and Ian Acho. So the strike force is brilliant. And obviously, they've added a couple of others. So I think Leicester will still finish in the top 5. In 6th place, I've got Arsenal. I think they will finally get back in the Europa League places because of not having European football this season, and they're only going to play 1 league game a week, so they'll be fresh. So I think that they might just sneak back in if Aubameyang can get firing and start scoring and getting back that confidence. If Lacazette does go, like Nathan said, we do need another striker. But then we've got Florian Balogun, who's more than good enough to step up now, and then I think that he could be pivotal in this season as well for me, and obviously Martinelli. So that's my 6th position. And then in 7th, I'm going to go with Aston Villa. I'm just going for it. And the reason being, my reasons why, because Leon Bailey, proven, played brilliant at Bayer Leverkusen for a couple of years. He's got great tricks. He's got great pace. He's got a good end product. And you've obviously got the shrewd signing of the day was the other day when they announced it at like 6:40 on Sky Sports News. Danny Ings for £25 million. Come on. He's one of the best goal scorers for the last couple of years. I wouldn't say not to him at Arsenal, but we've already got good strikers. So you've got to look at that as well. Danny Ings has come in. And then they've added Emmanuel Bundia from Norwich, a good number 10. He can float about. He's more than capable of. I'm not saying he's Jack Grealish's direct replacement, but he's more than capable of just doing a job for him out there. And then obviously you've got Burton Traore, the defensive Mings and Konza isn't bad. The goalkeeper's brilliant. We should never have sold him to them, but there you go. So I think they're going to add more to this squad. They're going to add more to this squad.
Raj, I think Raj, you'll be putting them in the Champions League places in a minute.
They might add James Ward-Prowse. Definitely top 7 for me. I'm just going to go with that. When there's always a little dark horse who comes out of nowhere, I'm going to fancy
they
Villa.
could well be it.
Yeah, that's my prediction for the top 7.
Yeah, and they got Ashley Young as well.
Oh yeah, Ashley Young back from Inter, who knows how to put a ball in and a great set piece and delivery.
Yeah, whether he'll start or whether I don't know, but great experience. I mean, a lot of people, to be honest with you, I liked him at Manchester United.
When you talk about Ashley Young, ask Nathan. He's a big fan of him over his years at Man U. You Nathan? You loved him.
Yeah. He's been brilliant, and he's been there. He was there for so many years, and then he started doing a job at left back as well, and then at right back. He was so versatile, and he just doesn't get old, does he? It's like he still looks like he's 25. It's crazy.
He does. He's about 35
now. How crazy is that? Yeah. So amazing. I played with his brother at Watford as well, so he looks just like him as well.
Right. So Nathan, you went for Leicester, you went for Everton, you went for West Ham. Raj, you've gone for Leicester as well. You've Arsenal and Aston Villa. The more this has gone on, the more I feel like changing the ones I've put. Now changing way as we've been talking. But I'll go with the ones that I put down. And I've in 6th place I've put Everton. I think the
what about 5th? Isn't it 5th and 6th?
No, sorry, 5th. Sorry, 5th was Leicester.
Leicester, yes. All right.
Yeah, Leicester. I think. I mean, they could even if Liverpool don't, don't
Nick Tillemans.
Don't buy some more players. They could even sneak in.
Yeah.
But we'll see about that. In 6th place, I've gone for Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front, Richarlison up front. Good goalkeeper. Pickford had a very good Euro 2020. I like Digne on the left. Excellent player. I'd love him at my club.
Yeah.
And I think the bringing in Rafael Benitez as their manager, I think it was a great shout by Marcel Brands. Absolute fantastic, choice to bring him in. Probably one of the best defender managers, there is around. So Everton will certainly tighten up there at the back. So I've gone for Everton. My final one to go in as in 7th. It was out of 2. Right, I can't see Arsenal not having 2 years. Not 2 years. I'm going to go for Arsenal.
Yeah.
They must buy some more players before this window ends. I mean, I think there'll be absolutely riots outside the Emirates if they don't. So I think I'm going to put them. I mean, still not a great season as far as Arsenal goes, but I'm going to stick them in to finish in 7th place. The teams that have not made it, we all know which one it is. Spurs not making it into Europe this year. Nathan,
I just don't think. I think they're not got enough time to. It's going to be a lot of change. Obviously, good manager coming in from Wolves. He's going to bring in the right players, I think, but it's going to take him a year, I think, to get what he wants right. It looks like he's brought in some good players. The Romero centre back from Atalanta. And they're also looking at bringing in Lautaro Martinez. So they bring him in, they're gonna be doing all right. But I think defensively they'll still need a little bit more to be able to push themselves further up. So that's why the other teams, they look to be a bit more equipped defensively, like Everton, like your West Hams, like your Leeds. They just, with their attacking mentality, I think, you've got a team like Leeds and stuff like that. They'll all be ahead of Tottenham, I think, still this year, just about. I think they'll be fighting in and around the Leeds position. Wherever Leeds finish, that's where they're going to be fighting. And then next year, they might push up a couple places, but all depends on who they buy. And that's probably why he's gone there and looking like, right, I've got a bit more money than he had at Wolves, a bit more pulling power, better stadium. He might actually be able to bring in a few more better players and add to that. And they might be doing some bits next season, the season after.
I mean, Leicester you take as a given to be playing European football at the end of next season, don't you?
Yeah.
After that, it could be any one of a number of clubs. We're talking Everton, we're talking West Ham, we're talking Arsenal, we're talking Spurs, we're talking Villa. We're talking Leeds, we're talking Wolves. Any of
I don't
those
think
sides,
Wolves will be up there though.
any of those could creep in.
They've lost their boys now. I don't think they'll. I don't know if Wolves are going to be the same, man. I just don't know. Something inside me is saying they're going to struggle this year, and I got them struggling, and I think they're going to be in a dogfight this year.
Raj, can't see Spurs getting in.
I don't know. I don't think they can, but you never know. If they keep hold of Kane, then maybe yes.
What if they sell Kane and get Martinez?
Martinez was a good striker. He's got good goal scoring ability, but again, it could take him time to settle into the league. Son's obviously needs to stay fit. If he stays fit, then they have got an outside chance. But obviously, Romero from Atlanta is a very good signing for that price. It's a good centre back, and he's been there and he's been playing in the Champions League. So obviously, they've done well there. But I still think they're going to miss Toby Alderweireld going to Dubai. I think that's a big loss because he is a bit of a leader. At the same time, he marshals the back four.
Yeah, they've brought in a few good players. They brought in Brian Gill. He's a very good player. They brought in the new keeper Galini. He's excellent. Romero, like Nathan already said, 50 million or near on, not far off 50 million. He is a top draw defender. So they could be there or thereabouts. Will Dele Alli come back in? Will we see the Dele Alli of old? If we do, that could get them up the table a little bit more. So yeah, Spurs is an interesting one that we'll have to keep our eyes on. Now, I was going to go to something next, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to poor people who will be struggling at the bottom at the table for relegation. I mean, a place where nobody wants to be. Nobody wants to be fighting for relegation the whole season. But then again, saying that, some clubs, if they was given to stay up in the last game of the season and in the 90th minute score a deflected goal, I'm sure they'd take it now. So, but what we're going to do, we're going to go to the teams who you think will get relegated. Nathan, who do you think will be playing Championship football at the end of the season?
Well, you've got a few that you're looking at. I've tried to go down the list as we was going, and you've just thrown a curveball on me, so I'm a bit of a struggle up here. But one thing that happens is usually one or two of those teams that come up go straight back down, unfortunately. Yeah. And with the way the league's looking right now, it looks like I think Brentford will stay up, to be honest. When you got a team that gets promoted and they keep the majority of their players, I'm telling you, they keep majority of their players, they usually have a good season.
Well, they've got the man, Nathan, haven't they? They've got the goal scorer. They've got exactly. Ivan Toney, and the way to stay up is you've got to have a goal scorer.
Yeah, and they look pretty useful against United in the last pre-season game the week before as well. So they were looking pretty good. Like, they can get goals, and they were quite defensively okay. So let's see. I think they'll be down there. I think they'll possibly stay up. The thing is, I don't know too much about who Norwich have brought in and Watford in terms of if they'll have enough to stay up. So I got them in the dogfight. I've got Watford in a dogfight again, and I've got. It's bad to say, but I think Norwich are going to be still in there somewhere. Even though they're good, they played some great football the first season they came up. They still managed to go down. If they don't continue improving, bringing in a lot more players, then obviously what they had last season, I thought they'd stay up, but they didn't. So yeah, I think they're going to struggle, and I think it's. I don't want to say, but you know what? It's gonna be. I think Wolves are gonna be struggling, mate. I don't know why. I've got Wolves struggling this year. I've got Wolves struggling.
Oh, the
I
Wolves
think
fans
Brentford
are
will be just
howling
above
as they
them.
speak.
So I've got Brentford and Wolves. They're the two that are going to be fighting it out between each other. And I just want to quickly mention, just had a thought about it again, and I've swapped Villa into 8th position. They've gone up from 11th to 8th. Reason being, I just realised today they brought in Tuanzebe as well. So now they've now strengthened a lot at the back. Now they've got, imagine, Tuanzebe with Mings at centre back. That's a great defensive line there now.
With Martinez, as the keeper.
Exactly, Martinez in goal. And then you've got that attacking ability of the new Leon Bailey as well. So, and then Danny Ings. I think they've got enough now to be fighting even for, they're in and around that Everton, West Ham area. I think they're fighting it out with Everton and West Ham. 6th, 7th, and 8th are going to be those three. Sorry, that'll be me. So I've got Wolves, Watford, and Norwich, and I've got Brentford just staying out of it. But you never know.
So sorry again. What have you got to go down? Can you say them again, Nathan?
Wolves and Watford and Norwich.
Wolves, Watford, and Norwich.
Yeah, in no
I'm
particular
writing these
order.
down, people, because
I'm sorry.
and don't forget, people that are watching, put your teams or what you think will happen in the comments. And see if you can at the end of the season, if you can come up with what happens. Right, Raj, who's going to go for the drop this season?
I'm going to go with, first and foremost, the bottom position. I think it's going to be Watford.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they're up. I mean, despite the fact they always changed several managers.
Yeah.
I don't know about the recruitment policy this season, what they've brought in. I think they brought in a couple of decent-ish players, but I just think that, again, they're one of those teams that always has a habit, despite over the years they have stayed up recently. But I just think that they'll be the first one to go.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
19th position, I've got, I'm going to go with Norwich, because they do play good football, but I just don't think they're going to have it up again. They'll be going probably straight back down. And then in 8th position, we're going to go for one different one, Southampton this season.
Which one was that, Raj? Sorry?
Southampton.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ralph Hasenhüttl, but the thing is, they've lost a lot of their key players, e.g., Danny Ings, but Ryan Bertrand.
Yeah, at Everton.
Yeah. And, they're going to James Ward-Prowse, and if they do lose James Ward-Prowse, they're in big trouble. Yeah, you can't play if they don't play a goal scorer. You're going to struggle. Like you say, you need a goal scorer. Even at the bottom end of the season, like Callum Wilson for Newcastle last season, his goals helped them push further up the table. So I just feel with Danny Ings going, I mean, don't get me wrong, Che Adams is a brilliant striker. He just gets a amount of goals, but Danny's a leading marksman, and that could be pivotal. I know they're after Odsonne Edouard from Celtic, but again, he's a good striker, but can he score 20 goals or 15 goals a season in the Premier League? Maybe not in his first season, maybe in the future. So that's the reason for my...
So Raj, are you in the dark? What's happened there? I can't see you anymore.
My light.
Okay.
Yeah, so Southampton, Norwich, and Watford. Okay. Right, so Watford's... both of you have chosen Watford. My three were in 20th place. I just think they've been, on the verge now for a few seasons. It's not that they've sort of finished low, but they've sort of having to kick in with 5 games to go. They end up finishing, say, 15th, 16th. But I don't think they can keep on doing that. And as far as a striker goes, they haven't got a striker, and that is Burnley. I'm going for Burnley.
God, Steve.
At the bottom, no goal scorer
Steve.
again.
So where's this? So they don't have their boys
Chris
are not
Wood,
there anymore.
Rodriguez, Ashley Barnes.
They've got Rodriguez. They've got Ashley Barnes, but they're not.
Matej Vidra.
I don't.
But they're not like the 10-goal a season striker. That's what I think.
No. I mean, we could go on Watford. I mean, Watford have got Sarr, who whacked in 20 goals last season.
Yeah.
If he came and done that again in the Premiership, I think Watford would be fine. It's all about that, having that goal scorer who can. You mentioned Raj can hit that 15 or can hit that 20 goals. If you can find that person in your team, then I think you've cracked it. And that's why I don't think Brentford will go down, because they've got a couple of goal scorers in their side. So and funny enough, I went for Southampton as well.
Wow.
And I went for Southampton for exactly the same reasons as what Raj said. The first reason, obviously, was the main reason was that the getting rid of Danny Ings. If you take away Danny Ings' goals, then there's nobody scoring Southampton's goals.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're at the moment where they've got to get someone, and then they might come in, but we don't know what's going to happen. The chances that they may not be able to bring someone in. If they don't, then I think they will go down. And the last team, I think again it will go down to goal scoring, and yeah, I mean, funny enough, look, I mean, I've gone for Watford. It was either Watford or Norwich. It was Watford, Norwich, or Brentford. Brentford had to go out of it because of Ivan Toney, and I'm expecting him to score a lot of goals. And it was a fight. It was either Norwich or Watford who was going to go with Southampton and Burnley. So in the end, I've chose Watford because I think that Norwich has just got that little bit more about them. So yeah. Anyway, look, we've got the three teams that are sort of going to be like with 3 games to go, going to be on the beach. I mean, will any of these teams, could 3 of these teams push for Europe, or even could get relegated? And those teams are Brighton, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. Nathan.
Yeah, I've got them in the mid-table there, exactly the same. But I just had Southampton still in there because of the football that they play is good, and I think there'll be someone who'll come through, still get their goals. I don't think they're going to be that bad that they will be worse than the teams that came up. That's my thing. Yeah. So to be honest, I can't see them pushing any higher than where they are. I can't see Burnley being done, but I just think they'll scrape enough. Scrape enough wins there to continue staying in the league. That's what they do. That's what they're known for. And they ain't lost anyone. They're just probably going to add 1 or 2 pieces, probably get them slightly stronger, a little bit better than they did last year, because they didn't do as well as they've been doing the years before. Newcastle, I think they've got enough firepower there to be able to steer away from the trouble. And like I say, Palace, they might be a team struggling. No one's mentioned Palace yet, but they've lost Andros Townsend as well. That's another, one of the quick players that they used to use for their counter-attacks and stuff. So that's going to be a big loss for them, and they just scraped out of it. So to lose that player, they need to bring someone in that's going to really replace him, and I'm not sure they'll be able to do that. So I think they'll be a bit more, they'll be struggling just like they did last year.
I think he's out for quite a while as well. He's going to cause problems. Raj, Crystal Palace. Just to have a quick word about Crystal Palace. Patrick Vieira just came in, new manager. How do you think he's going to do? Can he keep him up?
I think they'll be all right. I think, like you say, Andros Townsend is good, but he isn't consistent with the amount of goals he gets as well. So I think he's replaceable on the right-hand side if they can get someone in. So I think they'll be all right. I think they'll finish sixth. Palace, I think they'll be all right because obviously
Sixth from bottom.
Zaha 16th. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 16th. Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
certain amount of goals, and obviously Benteke has been firing a bit towards the end of the season, so you might, if you get a bit of confidence out of Benteke, he will get you over 10 this season, definitely. But and then Miller bags goals from midfield, and I don't know. It's going to be goals. It depends. Vieira will obviously try and bring in his own players as well. So
yeah,
but I think
if Benteke hits his Villa form, then
be all right.
Palace will be all right. Yeah, but they've brought in Conor Gallagher, very good player. Been at Charlton, came from Chelsea, very good player. Yeah, he's been very sensible in his buys this season so far. He's Patrick Vieira.
So Billy Gilmore's also gone on loan to Norwich, hasn't he? So that's helped them get a bit better. And Joe Willock's just signed. Newcastle just agreed a fee for 25 million for Arsenal midfielder Joe Willock. So he's gone on a permanent now. Mm-hmm. So
as the transfer exchange told you weeks ago.
Yeah.
When everybody else said we won't go into that. We saved that for the transfer exchange show. But yeah, you're right. It's wherever you look there's sections of the league table where there's going to be battles all through the season, and it's going to be just really really exciting. But look, there's another way you can get into Europe, and that is through the FA Cup and the League Cup. And what we're going to do, we're going to just this sometimes is a lottery. It all depends on who you draw. But Nathan, FA Cup winners and League Cup winners. Come on, who do you think?
Man United.
Ooh.
I've got Man United winning the cup this year. I've got them winning the cup. The FA Cup is United's this year. I've got us winning it.
Sure.
Simple as that.
Good chat. League Cup.
League Cup. I've got Man United.
Really?
I've got Man United. I'm going Man United winning something.
You going for the double?
I've got us winning something, and I got us winning those two. We got enough firepower in our squad to be able to do both of those cups. Maybe the others might try and play their reserves and stuff, and then mess around and maybe mess up. But I think we got enough this year. I think to be able to, we've got to win something this year, and I think that's what it's going to be. We're not going to win the Champions League, and we're not going to win the league. So I think we've got to get the FA Cup or the other cup or both. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going for both.
But it was like you've certainly given Man United a good season there, Nathan. You got United finishing second, United winning the FA Cup, and United winning the League Cup. I'm sure every Man United fan watching will be totally unsatisfied with that. So, yeah. So, Raj, FA Cup, League Cup, what do you think?
FA Cup, I'm going to go with Manchester United as well. I think they're going to definitely win something with the quality.
Yes,
right. Certain amount of goals, and I think they're going to win something. They've been knocking on a long time and all course now, so I'm going to go with Manchester United with the FA Cup. And the Carabao Cup, I'm going to go with Manchester City because it's been their trophy for the last few years, so I think they're going to retain it again. And they generally do that over the years, as history suggests. So I'm going with Manchester City with the Carabao.
Manchester clearing up this next season, it seems, doesn't
it? The trophies now.
give them all the trophies now. I've gone for the FA Cup. I've gone for Manchester City. Was it Manchester? Yeah, I've gone for Manchester City in the FA Cup. I think they'll do that. They're always up there in cup competitions.
Yeah,
and I think they will fall a little bit short in the league. So it might come to a point where they're relying on the maybe the Champions League and the FA Cup and the League Cup. So I've gone for them in there. And another team that always seems to get to a certain you know, I up in with a semi-final or quarter-final in the League Cup. I think, you know, it's about time they won it, and I'm going for Arsenal to win the League Cup.
Yeah, they have been close.
They've been
Well,
close to quite a few times. They've been in the semi-final, and I think they'll concentrate on it because I think Arteta will look at the season ahead, and they will think, look, we've got no chance of. Well, not no chance. I mean, there's always a chance about getting into the Champions League and things like that. But I think, you know, he will want to concentrate on winning something.
He wants a
and
cabinet, that's
and
why.
yeah, and I think the League Cup will be, you know, the most
Sustainable
the
chance.
the easiest one to win.
But
You know, to put it bluntly.
we'll take that with the prediction. We'll take that all day long. Major trophy to have, why not?
Yeah, finishing 8th place and then League Cup. That would do me nicely.
Yeah.
Right. So with all
Okay.
our predictions, with everything that's we've got written down there, we've just got 2 more to go, and the first one is, who will be the Player of the Year? Who can you see in your crystal balls that at the end of the season, with the Man United, in my eyes, whether it's Liverpool in your eyes, Raj, or Nathan, maybe even a City in your eyes, if you think they're going to win it, who's going to be the Player of the Year? Nathan.
Go on, Nathan.
it's a hard one. This is a hard one. I haven't even thought about this one properly, but I'm a United supporter. Not just that, but I'm a United supporter. But I just think this guy's going to come here and hit it off straight away and cause us to be so close to winning the league. And it'll be down to him being here. And I think Jadon Sancho is going to have a proper good season. I think Sancho is going to blitz this year with assists and goals that makes so much difference to United. And we're going to see that there's light at the end of the tunnel where we just bring in that extra play, and it's going to be a difference of us getting so close to City where we've been quite far apart. Now, I think he's going to be a difference maker.
Raj, what do you think about this? Manchester United finishing second, Nathan, winning the FA Cup, winning the League Cup, and now Jadon Sancho being Player of the Year, Raj.
It's not a bad shout, but
what do you think? What do you think, mate?
I think Nathan's getting a bit happy being a United fan now. Obviously, he's wanting to see that from winning many titles on FIFA. I think that's what. But no, he's proven his assists and his record of the last 2 years at Dortmund's been first class. But for him to win Player of the Year, obviously, if he does do like double figures and get a certain amount of assists, and United do be successful in the competitions, then it's a good shout for me, definitely.
Yeah. So who's your pick?
Bruno Fernandes all day long. He's the best player in the Premier League for me right now on form. He's class. He makes Manchester United tick. He's a goal scorer. He's a box-to-box player. And he's just outstanding. I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes because right now I think he's the best player. And I think there's no reason why he can't kick off from where he left off from last season. So that's my player of the year prediction, Bruno Fernandes.
Right. Nice one.
Wow.
Bruno Fernandes or Raj. If you're thinking anything different, please put in the comments. My choice is the assist maker, he's the goal scorer, he's the penalty taker, he's going to be the guy that wins them the league, and his name is Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
It had to be. I could just picture him at the end of the season picking up that trophy as player of the year. If Man United are going to win the league, like I believe they will, Bruno Fernandes will have to be key, and I think he will be key, and he will get vote after vote for being Player of the Year. Nathan's man, even though I didn't pick him, but that's all right.
You
Bruno
got 2
Fernandes.
for you.
It's great here. You got 2 Arsenal supporters who picked him, and you got an Arsenal supporter who's got United winning the league, and me saying they're not going to win the league, and me putting Sancho as the thing. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But it's loving. I love it.
Well, thank you for watching the Manchester United show today. It was. But no, look, yeah, the players, Fernandes. I mean, this play it could be Kevin De Bruyne. If City hit it from Liverpool, it could be Mo Salah if he hits it off.
Yeah, De Bruyne.
Maybe
that's the main one, isn't it? I think he
yeah.
always
Could
in there,
Jack
sure.
Grealish hit the ground running?
I don't think he'll play often enough to be able to get it.
Yeah,
because you've got so many players to play. I think it will be in and out. Like Raj said, I don't think he'll play every single week. You got Foden. You got so many players who just play, and I don't know if you're going to be able to. If it all depends what the manager does, isn't it? If he lets him play every week, then there's no reason why not.
Yeah, yeah. One thing before we go, like both Chelsea has hardly had a mention.
I know.
Not at all, which means people out there, they're going to win the league. So forget everything that we've just said, because we've not mentioned them once, and that means they'll go on and win the title. So, but seriously, Chelsea. I mean,
they're deep. They're tough, mate. If they get Lukaku in, they're going to be ridiculous. To be fair, they were already strong as hell, not letting any goals in, not leaking anything, creating good chances, and now you got Lukaku added to that. It's going to be tough, mate. It's going to be tough. They are going to be up there, and they are going to blitz goals in with Lukaku. I got him getting 25 plus goals again, as always, in the season. So, to be fair, they're going to be right in there. That's why I've got them in third. That's very close to United. I just think United is slightly a better team now than we were last year, and I think we'll be a better team than Chelsea overall for the season.
So, Raj, do you think it'll be a walkaway with league title win, like over the last one of the seasons it wasn't, but
no, it'll be about 2 points. It'll be very close this season. Whoever does win it, but it'll go down to probably the last 2 games or something. I think it'll be a tight race.
Well, that's the last day, innit? If you're saying 2-3 points in it, that's the last day of the season.
That'd be too much for Nathan to handle. He can't handle that.
Imagine that.
Well, look, it's where Man United. To be fair, they want to get back to where they belong, and back to where they belong is winning titles. And I'm talking about Manchester United too much here today. I'm going to stop.
You got rivalry. That way it is.
Sorry?
Apart from the Ferguson Wenger rivalry, Steve, is that way it was?
Yeah, I think so.
But
I think it must be.
United, to be honest.
Anyway, look, that's it for tonight.
Champions League, no?
No, not Champions League. Top goal scorer in the Premiership. We hadn't done that.
Oh, did we not do top goal scorer? Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry. See, this is you can't get staff nowadays, can you? See, this is what happens when the boss ain't around.
Yeah, but anyway, that at least.
Yeah, top goal scorer.
Nathan, go first.
Look, I've got 2 people here for top goal scorer. I've got, if that man goes to City, he's going to run away as top goal scorer. If that man goes to City, he's going to run away as top goal scorer by miles. He might get 40 goals this season. Harry Kane will get 40 goals if he goes to City. If not, I've got Lukaku taking the mick this year and getting his 25 plus goals. He will be probably Cavani ain't going to get it. Not with, I don't think he's getting 25 plus. You know what? He can get that because we've got Sancho, but I think we needed to have Rashford and Sancho both playing on both sides for the whole season, and Rashford being on his game to be able for Cavani to get that. He can get that, but we ain't got them players in yet.
Martial can't supply it. Martial can't.
He can, but he needs a few games. He needs like a month now to get back to. He hasn't played for months because of that injury, so he's now coming back like rusty as hell as well. So we haven't really got a firer off the left. James ain't gonna do it because he's just he's a bit limited in his play. It's only Martial and Rashford that can do it from the left, and then Sancho also from the right, and then Bruno and Pogs behind. He'll definitely get chances for fun and score plenty of goals, but it's just we need them all to be firing. So and they're not here yet, so they're not ready yet. But yeah, Kane and Lukaku, they're going to be my top 2 strikers for the top goal scorer.
Raj, Nathan's picked his top 2, so we'll give you 2, mate. Who do you think will be top goal scorers?
Mohamed Salah, Liverpool. He's capable of getting a certain amount of goals with his top goal scorer last season. And if Liverpool are to win the title, then I think he will be the top scorer for me. I'm going with him.
Yeah.
I always think he's got a habit of just popping up at the right time. A bit like, not like Messi in every way, but he's got that little habit of just tapping the ball in the back post. So, yeah. I'm going Mohamed Salah, top goal scorer. My second tip, it will be Harry Kane. And if he goes Man City, he'll be the... That's it. No.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Okay. Yep. 2 good chats. But I don't do it ifs. He ain't there yet.
Who was your second one, Raj? Sorry.
Kane.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just writing it. Go on, Steve. What you got?
What I tell you what. There's a little bit of my heart, saying that if Aubameyang gets back to form again, because Aubameyang, even like he's playing in a bad side, he's a world-class striker on his day, and every season he hits over 25, 30 goals for the whole of his career. So there's a little bit of me thinking, if you're getting to get back to your best again, you could be up there. But the thinking don't last for very long, and then I come away. But look, you can't come away from Harry Kane. If he's at City, I mean, it's just it's just game over. It's just so much with Foden there, with De Bruyne there, with Mahrez there. I mean, no wonder Kane is playing up at Tottenham at the moment and not gone into training. But yeah, my pick is it has to be Harry Kane, and next to that, Lukaku.
Okay.
Those two have to be the 2 favourites. I'm trying to think of someone else. I keep thinking that I don't think Mane is going to be up there this year. I don't think Mane had a great season last year. And there's been a lot of talk about getting another player in. When Jota came in, he kept his place. It wasn't like some top players. Even when you're fit and you're ready, the other player comes out. Jota stayed there and he just continued scoring goals. So I don't think Mane will. So yeah, for me, Harry Kane and Lukaku.
Yeah. What about Mohamed Salah, Steve? My question to you.
Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, Salah, how are you going to pronounce it?
Despite
his record on the season. Yeah.
It's just I need to see with at the moment now with the team that Liverpool got. I think like they're getting they're getting a little bit on a bit.
Both probably. That's best.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what it. Look, Salah score goals. Salah's going to score goals. He's a top class striker.
Salah, Steve. Salah.
Yeah, I don't think but there's not Lukaku. I don't think he's going to score more than Kane. I don't think he's going to score more than Lukaku this year. I've put Liverpool as finishing 4th, in my league table. So, in my head, he's not going to get the goals. He made very well. He's a world-class striker on his day. But look, none of these choices are wrong, are they? Whoever you say, there's going to be. Well, Aubameyang might have been wrong, but the others are certainly ain't. But is there any? Just before we go, is there any? What striker are you looking forward to seeing next season? Newcastle, Callum Wilson, Ings at Villa. Who else is there out there? Anybody?
Patrick Bamford, maybe to redo what he's done, quite similar to what he did at Leeds, maybe get double figures again because he's a good striker, and I think he's in the peak of his career now, where he's enjoying his football at the age of 27. I think he just turned 28, and I think like when strikers peak, I think he's starting to show that he's a complete all-round Premier League player. So he'd be another one that if you're a fantasy team football fan, he'd be worth having because he's gonna always get goals and his build-up and link-up play is brilliant. So yeah.
For me, I'd like to see how Lautaro does if he comes in at Spurs. And also how Cavani does with a full season with all the big boys around him. I like to see how he continues doing what he does, his world-class ability.
Yeah. You got Ivan Toney at Brentford. You've got Callum Wilson at Newcastle. You, as I already mentioned, it's Danny Ings. What Raj said, and look, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Had a fantastic. Had a fantastic season last year. I mean, he could be up there, but will his game be sort of hampered by Rafael Benitez's style of play? I don't know. That's something we'll have to see. But it's certainly very exciting, and there's so many things to look forward to all over. And I can't wait. We're 5 days away from Brentford v Arsenal. We'll there pre-match, post-match, and then Nathan, you'll be on your pre-post match. For Leeds versus Manchester United, and when are they playing?
That's next week. They're playing next week, so I'll be watching them next week.
Yeah. No, so look, we'll be whatever day it is, we'll be there, and we'll be on.
Oh, what day? Okay, so sorry. Next week, Saturday, they're playing at 12:30 p.m. kickoff, so it's an early kickoff next week, Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Look, we've got one
at 11:45, won't I, for that one?
Yeah, 11:45, early one.
And then after the game as well. So
just a quick comment there. Jamal, hello, Jamal. Arsenal will win the league.
There you go.
I hope you're right, Jamal, but I don't think so somehow. But look, really enjoyed tonight. Nathan,
thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot. No worries. No problem.
Raj, brilliant. Please come back. Arsenal show be good to have you on again.
Yeah, will do. Definitely.
As long as you can fix that light, yeah.
No, I've got a sore ankle, as you know, Nathan.
You go Undertaker mode.
Yeah, so I will sort the light out. Anyway, pleasure speaking to you guys. Have a good evening.
Cheers, mate. You take care. So look, until Friday, you know what we're going to say.
Yeah.
Peace out. Stay safe. And wash your hands.